Welcome to the Crimson Tide Connection, your home for Crimson Tide sports, and I'm joined by the head coach of the Alabama track and field team, Dan Waters. Coach, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me again.
Coach, you have another meet at home this weekend. 2 weeks ago, you had the rededication of the track at the Sam Bailey Track and Field Stadium, and then you had the athletes reunion. Just how special was it to be able to have all those Olympians and former athletes back in those over 100, maybe 150, and then to rededicate the track?
Well, it was a great weekend minus the weather.
Right.
We obviously struggled a little bit with the weather, but had so many fun things happening and so many different moving parts going on at the same time. The track meet was outstanding. Competition was phenomenal for the first meet of the season. And then, of course, having all four of our gold medalists at the autograph session, which was a smashing success. The rededication, Dr. Bonner was there speaking for it. She did a fantastic job speaking of the traditions of Alabama track and field and all the things that went into it. It was an incredibly fun weekend, and I think everybody from our current student athletes to our past and hopefully the future student athletes really saw something special out there.
Well, Coach, you returned to the track this weekend here at home to host the Crimson Tide Invitational. Can you talk about that, and what does it mean to you to be able to host events and within such a close proximity?
Well, it's really every time you compete at home, you compete better, and so having the ability to run a second meet here is something that is going to advance our program, something very special. One of the things that why the facility was such a game changer and a catalyst for everything that we're going to do. So, but the teams that are coming in, we have Nebraska coming, Penn State, Mississippi State, Minnesota, Missouri, and ourselves, and so it's a very, very high quality competition, but a compact schedule, so it should be exciting to watch and we hopefully will just continue on with the momentum that we built through the Alabama Relays and the meet this past weekend into this weekend, the Crimson Tide Invitational.
Well, Coach, we'll talk about some of that momentum. Alexis Payne and Elias Hawkinson has really done well for you out in the field events. Can you talk about them and the progression that you've seen from both of them so far?
Well, Elias is obviously brand new to us. He's just a freshman, and his true special event is the hammer throw. He was signed to be a hammer thrower. He picked up the weight throw indoors and did a fantastic job as a true freshman, but we expect him to do some even better marks going into the outdoor season. He was a little disappointed with his school record, to be quite honest with you. We expect him to be over 68 meters this weekend, which would put another 15 feet onto the school record, which is something extremely significant, and it'll kind of move him into one of those elite hammer throwers in the nation. So he's a very special athlete, and he's really kind of in his niche in the hammer throw.
Right.
And then, of course, Alexis Payne did something, I'm having a hard time putting a number to it or qualifying it in any way at all, but she's gone from an 11.7 vaulter when we first got here to a 14.7 vaulter, a 3-foot improvement, which is, I don't even really know how to explain that.
Yeah.
But she's obviously done a spectacular job. She's ranked number 2 in the nation just by about a half an inch.
Yeah.
So the things that she's been doing are pretty amazing, and we hope she continues to progress. And she's only getting better, and so the sky is the limit for her.
To go along with those two, you've had several other athletes break UA top 10 records of all time. Just what is the secret to that success? And you have to be pretty pleased to see the improvement of this program to where you took it over to see where it is right now.
Well, successes in recruiting. We obviously have some very special athletes that have joined our program over the past year, and so some things that we're very proud of is that men's 4x1. I think they're ranked number 8 in the nation, and they won the Georgia Tech meet. I think once they get pushed and we move the relay order around and change some personnel, possibly we could run even faster, which is one of the big goals for the season. So we're seeing some freshmen kind of they were maybe a little bit lost indoors and I guess they're finding their legs, so to speak. Outdoors, there's something a little more familiar with, so great performances with the men's 400 and the men's 1500 and the different things that are going on. Women's relays are doing a fantastic job. Of course, we have our veterans on the women's side too that are doing a great job, like Crystal Shade and Alexis Payne. So it's been fun watching it come together, and hopefully that each weekend we get just a little bit better and continue to progress.
Well, Coach, as we said this weekend, you had the Crimson Tide Invitational on Saturday. Can you tell us what time it starts and kind of tell the fans what they can expect when they come out?
Yes, one of the things that's exciting about the facility is that we can really run a very compact special meet. So most of the action gets started around 5 o'clock and it'll
Okay.
be done with about 8:45 or so.
Okay.
So I know we've got a special event going on with women's gymnastics. So maybe when the gymnastic meet fills out or completes, and people can fill into the track and field stadium and watch some great competition. We have a few events that are going off in the middle of the day, just to well more for safety reasons to have them complete and out of the way. So for those who are true track and field fans,
Right.
want to come watch the hammer and the javelin and the discus throw, those happen in the middle of the day. So.
There'll be some exciting events, especially watching Elias Hawkinson, a freshman, be able to compete in that. So if you come out early, you can do that.
Yeah, that's true, and I'm sure he'd love to see a lot of people in the stands watching him compete.
Excellent. Well, Coach, good luck and have a great time this weekend here as you host the Crimson Tide Invitational at the Sam Bailey Track and Field Stadium.
Thank you, Christopher. Thank you.
For head coach Dan Waters, I'm Chris Freeland, and that's it for this edition of the Crimson Tide Connection.